The world we once knew is gone. Streets that once echoed with the sounds of life now lie silent, blanketed by the hush of abandonment. Nature has crept back into every crack and crevice, reclaiming what was lost to concrete and steel. The engines of industry are silent, replaced by the wind through shattered windows. Once busy factories stand as hollow shells, their machinery rusting, overtaken by vines and moss. The hum of progress has faded, leaving only the gentle sigh of the breeze. In 2026, global supply chains are just memories. The ports are empty, the warehouses deserted, and the trains that once carried goods across continents now sit idle, slowly being swallowed by weeds and time. We live among the bones of a lost civilization. Every crumbling structure tells a story of what was and what could be again. The ruins are both a warning and an invitation to rebuild. Our challenge isn't just survival, but reclaiming lost knowledge, especially the art of making iron. Without it, we cannot shape the tools or build the shelters we need to thrive. Rediscovering this craft is essential for our future. Can we, children of a disposable age, learn to create from the wreckage? We must. The skills of the past are our only hope for tomorrow, and every day is a lesson in adaptation and ingenuity. Every rusted car door, every tangle of rebar is now an ore vein waiting to be mined. What was once discarded is now precious, a resource to be gathered and transformed. The iron has already been refined once. Now it waits for new hands to give it purpose again, to be melted down and reborn into something useful. Our task is to gather, purify, and give it new form. Through fire and determination, we can forge the tools that will help us reclaim our world. This is the ultimate act of recycling, a critical skill in a world made of ruins. Every piece of salvaged metal is a step toward rebuilding, a testament to human resilience and creativity. Our journey to reclaim the future begins now. In the silence, we find the courage to start anew, forging hope from the remnants of the past. The hunt for resources begins in the graveyards of the machine age. Junkyards, abandoned factories, and skeletal vehicles left to decay. These places are the silent witnesses of a world that once thrived on industry, now offering up their remains to those who know where to look. Seek out low-carbon steel, old car bodies, discarded sheet metal, and rebar from demolition sites are your best bets. These materials are strong, workable, and perfect for forging new tools or structures. Avoid complex alloys and anything coated in paint or plastic. These coatings can release toxic fumes when heated, and complicated alloys are unpredictable when reforged. Learn to read rust. Deep, flaky orange corrosion usually means simple steel or iron. The more uniform and powdery the rust, the more likely you've found a usable piece. Gather more than you think you'll need. Much will be lost as slag during the refining process. It's better to have a surplus than to run short when you need it most. Scavenge for fire bricks from old ovens, kilns, or industrial sites. If you can't find any, make your own from clay and sand. These bricks will withstand the intense heat of your forge. Your post-apocalyptic shopping list should include iron scrap, bricks or clay, a steel pipe for channeling air, fuel for your fire, and sturdy tongs for handling hot metal. Every ruin tells a story. That collapsed warehouse, it's a source of corrugated steel. The old bakery, fire bricks for your forge. Each site offers unique materials if you know what to look for. Avoid galvanized steel and anything with toxic coatings. These can be hazardous to your health and ruin your work. Knowledge is your greatest tool. Separating useful scrap from junk is a skill that can mean the difference between success and failure in survival. With the right eye and a bit of experience, the ruins of the old world become a treasure trove, waiting to be reborn in your hands. With materials gathered, it's time to build your furnace. A simple bloomery, ancient in design, modern in materials. Use scavenged fire bricks or clay and sand to build a chimney about 1 meter high. Line a steel drum with clay if needed. Improvise with what you have. Near the base, install your air pipe at a downward angle and create a sealed opening for extracting the iron bloom. Let clay dry completely, cure it with a small fire to prevent cracks. This furnace is more than a tool, it's a monument to resilience and ingenuity. As you build, you connect with ironsmiths of the past, using what you have to forge a future. This is your crucible for turning the detritus of the old world into new tools. Iron demands intense heat. Your furnace needs charcoal, not wood. Make charcoal by burning hardwood in a low-oxygen pit or a sealed drum inside a larger fire. You'll need vast amounts, 50 kilograms or more, for a single smelt. Gathering and making charcoal is your most time-consuming task. Next, force air into the furnace with bellows. Improvise with wood, rubber or vinyl. Build double-chamber bellows for a continuous blast. Use one-way valves from leather or rubber. Operating the bellows is hard, often a two-person job. This forced air transforms charcoal's dull glow into a white-hot inferno. Without fuel and air, your furnace is just a cold monument. With them, you're ready to coax iron from the ruins. The day of the smelt is a trial by fire, a test of patience, skill and endurance. For centuries, blacksmiths and metalworkers have faced this same challenge, transforming raw materials into something new and vital. Begin by filling the furnace with charcoal, packing it tightly to ensure a steady burn. Light the fire and let the heat build for an hour, watching as the flames slowly awaken the ancient process. Pump the bellows with a steady rhythm, forcing air into the heart of the fire until it roars white-blue, hot enough to melt stone and metal alike. Carefully add alternating layers of charcoal and iron scrap, building up the charge inside the furnace. Each layer is a step closer to new metal. As the charge descends, impurities melt away, dripping down as molten slag. The fire purifies, leaving only what is strong enough to survive. Add flux, crushed limestone or seashells, scattered over the coals. This helps the slag separate from the metal, making the iron cleaner and easier to work. Maintain the rhythm. Feed the furnace, pump the bellows, tap the slag. This dance of fire and labor continues for hours, demanding focus and resolve. After hours of exhausting work, sweat and smoke, the furnace finally cools. The embers fade, and anticipation builds for what lies within. Break open the base and extract the bloom, a spongy, glowing mass of new iron, still hot from the heart of the fire. This is the moment of truth. It's not a shiny ingot, but a raw, workable lump, full of potential, waiting to be shaped by hand and hammer. You've transformed junk and discarded metal into something new through fire, sweat, and effort, a true act of creation and renewal. The real work, turning bloom into tools, begins now. Each strike of the hammer brings you closer to a finished tool, a new beginning forged from the ashes. This is the rebirth of iron in a world of ashes, a testament to resilience, ingenuity, and the enduring power of human hands. The bloom, fresh from the furnace, is still a promise. While hot, hammer it on a stone anvil to expel slag and consolidate the metal. Reheat and strike until it becomes solid iron, brutal, rhythmic, and deeply satisfying. Shape your first tool, a wedge, chisel, or crude knife. Grind an edge with stone. It won't be pretty, but it will be strong, useful, and yours. You've closed a circle, turning industrial scrap into elemental iron, then into a tool. In a world without stores, the ability to forge is power and hope. In the glow of your homemade furnace, you rediscover the enduring soul of humanity.